from my human standpoint, was trying to figure out where, when, who, how, when my inner being had already figured it out. So all I needed to vibe out is, does this feel like fresh air or stale air? Does this feel like fun or struggle? Does this feel like ease or effort? Does this feel like flowing or stagnation? Does this feel like clarity or confusion? We are really appreciating this conversation because so many people are approaching life this way. Most of you think that you have to have all the details figured out before you're ready to begin moving in a direction. But what you're really saying is, I don't yet accept that my inner being has all the details worked out, or even more, even if my inner being does have the details worked out, I'm not sure I can hear them. So maybe I better stay where it's more secure rather than just going where it might feel better. Jerry used to take Esther every summer. They would go up to Montana. He liked the Bitterroot River. He liked to fly fish. And there were sections of the river where there were lots of rocks. The streams were not very wide, but there were lots of rocks. And if they got there at the right time of the year, before the snowmelt was too high, then lots of rocks were showing their way. And Jerry would take his rod in one hand and his creel in the other, and he would just run down the river or run up the river. And there was always a rock there for him to step on. And Esther used to watch him from the boat and wonder, how in the world does he dare just run knowing that there will always be a rock? But there was always a rock for him. Sometimes he had to leap a little further. Sometimes he had to leap further than Esther thought was humanly possible, but he would do it. Never did he fall in the water. He just always knew that there would be something there for him. It was an astonishing thing for her to witness. And we've used that analogy with her, with all of you, because we want you to realize that when you get in tune with who you really are, you'll have that exhilarating feeling of wanting to leap to the next and the next and the next with no sense of insecurity, because your trust in some part of you's knowledge. In other words, you wouldn't even feel like running and leaping if there weren't something there that is solid for you. And so that's the part that we really want you to get to first. We want you to get to the trust stage, that it's right for things to work out for you, and that it's right that things always are working out for you, and that it's right that your inner being knows what they are, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone. And we know for sure that the reason so many of you don't relax into the trust of letting your inner being just call you forward is because you're still at that, wait a minute, I need to prove my worthiness through struggle and hardship. I need to make it harder in order to justify the good that I hope comes. And we want to say to you that in the moment that you stop feeling that need to justify the good that comes to you, and you step more into the attitude of trusting that your inner being has taken your information and is now calling you toward a path that will not just take you to this whatever goal it is you're looking for, but will show you a never-ending, really fun path. A never-ending, really fun path. A never-ending, really fun path. Not a path leading to a destination. Ta-da! A path leading to a destination, ta-da, and another ta-da, 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 ta-da. It's just another and another, another. Just another and another and another and another. Another life-giving, heart-opening, mind-clearing, you're worthy, you're worthy, you're worthy, you're worthy knowing, you see. We want you to be in love with yourself and in love with your life and in love with your inner being and in love with the unknown, because it's not unknown by your inner being. It's only unknown by you. You got to get over this business of trying to prove yourself, because nobody's keeping any score. That's the thing that's going to really tickle your funny bone the most. When you reemerge into non-physical, you'll say, okay, who's got the list? What list? The list of all the good things I did. What do you mean? The list of all the things I sacrificed so that I could be a good person. Oh, we don't keep score like that. What? What? All those things I didn't do that I wanted to do, I don't get any credit whatsoever for them? Not here. Your credit was in the moment. How did it feel? It sucked. That's your credit. Happens in the moment. If it feels good, that's your credit. If it feels bad, that's your credit. There's nobody saving anything up for a reward later. It's all happening in this moment. You can feel your alignment with Source or not.